it'll be interesting to see where this video goes. But let's just imagine for a moment that that this video is being used inside of a stake training meeting with high counselors and stake presidency. John, what would you want to say to those men about the scouting program, and what message would you like to give from your experience about engaging the work you've done in this point?
Well, one thing that I seem to run into a lot is something you actually touched on, is that when I'm talking with LDS scouters about a role they may have in scouting, I sometimes get pushback in the sense of, well, I have this calling, and that's only part of it, or they do make it sound like we're asking them to do something above and beyond. And that's really not the case. As Kip said, it's very much not the case. So trying to help people understand that scouting is the LDS youth program, and whether we're traditional or LDS, we're on the same team, we're doing the same things. Merit badges are the same, ranks are the same. I mean, all of that, camping, just whatever it might be. So to help them understand that we aren't an outside group that's telling them that we want them to do things for us. No, this is a all of us together thing, and we're all trying to work together to do things. And then if it's a matter of a calling, like Kip said, to help them understand this is part of their calling, this is an extension of their calling, and we're all here to help with that. So don't look at it as I have a calling and then there's Boy Scouts. No, yeah. They're the same thing.
And if I were to take a little bit, just feeding off of what you said there. Mm-hmm. There's going to be times where a non-LDS scouter will use language that sounds to the person like they're asking for something different or something new, or they might not know some of the aspects of what we do. For example, we don't camp on Sunday. That's right. One thing that in LDS units we typically do not want to do that. If you're less fearful about exposing that sort of, and you just have a conversation about it. Listen, let me see if I can use language that's not LDS church language to help you understand what we do and why we don't, why we do it this way. And you help me understand what you see, how I can do better.
Right.
Because there's a lot of things that come with the training, with scout training, that will challenge you in your callings. There are different things to think about and different ways of going after it. You don't play basketball every week. It's not showing up and thinking 2 minutes before the mutual activity, what am I going to do? It will challenge some of the things you do, but it's going to challenge you in a word we use in the church, in your calling. It's magnifying your calling, which is using a magnifying glass to make your calling larger. Yeah, so it's not going to be simple, but it is going to help you do things in a way that will make you much more effective in that responsibility you already have.